Today's video is super special. I am here in my mom's kindergarten classroom giving it a makeover so I can surprise her and thank her for all the work that she's done and to kick off the 2021 school year. So I have partnered with Cricut to share a ton of different tips and tricks and ways that you can make over your own classroom or create some gifts that you can give to your favorite teacher to thank them as well. So if you want to see this room before and after and all the things I did to refresh it, stay tuned. My mom's been teaching for over 20 years. She started in 4th grade and now she teaches kindergarten. She is the most patient person I know and she pours her entire soul into her classroom each and every year. Cricut is doing a campaign for teachers for a classroom makeover. And you got picked!
To do it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah.
I'm so excited!
Yeah. So I'm gonna hurry up, get all of this stuff done, bring you along with me, and then we're gonna surprise her. As you can see behind me, they're still in the process of cleaning the school. Also, until this year, my mom's classroom didn't have air conditioning, so it was hotter than blazes when they were working. So the good news is they're getting that, they're getting upgraded internet and all the things that they need to have a great, successful school year. And I will be coming back in a couple weeks to help my mom get everything fully set up. So although the school was in the middle of projects, the administration was nice enough to let me come in and do this makeover for my mom. She's got a really cute room already. It's decorated in all primary colors. So I just wanted to help and give her room the items that she really wanted. So I talked with her about what she needed in her room and what she wanted me to do. So we started by getting all of her furniture in the areas that we could get to in the spots that she wanted it. So things like her rug and her desk. So then that way I knew what areas I should work on. So she had this adorable bench already with these cushions in the bottom. And so I found this super cute fabric at Hobby Lobby. It was 40% off, so I got a yard of it for, I think, $4. It was very inexpensive. And so I took my yard of fabric and cut it in half the long way so that I had 2 long pieces that resembled a lumbar pillow. Then I used the sides that I wanted to be on the outside and put them together so I had the 2 inside sides on the outside. This way I could go through with my hot glue gun and create essentially a faux stitch so that I could flip the pillow inside out and then stuff it. I am not a sewer, so I do all of my pillows with hot glue. I like to use the Gorilla brand hot glue, and that really helps fabric stay together. Even with Finn having our pillows be pulled off and tugged on, they stand up really well in our house, so I thought this would stand up well in her classroom. Once the glue had cooled, I flipped the pillow inside out and then I measured a piece of burlap from just an old drop cloth that I had gotten from Walmart. This is actually the same one that I used for my pillow in my Maker 3 review, so if you're interested in seeing a farmhouse version of this, I will link that video for you. Then I used my new Cricut Maker 3 and some Smart Iron-On to create my decal, but don't worry, if you don't have this machine, you could absolutely do it with regular. I just wanted to cut quicker with the matless cutting, but anything I show you today, you can do on the Maker or any of the Explorers that you have. Some of the labels can even be made with your Cricut Joy. After it was cut out, I went through and weeded it, and then I set my heat press to 320 for 30 seconds, and I worked my way through my decal to get it hooked to the center of my little burlap strip. Now I pressed this before I put it on my pillow because I did not want to put a heat press on top of the hot glue because that does not bode well for anyone. It will melt your hot glue and it just won't turn out well. Then once that had cooled, I went back through with some hot glue, hooked it to the front of the pillow, and then I stuffed it. It was easier for me to stick the burlap on and then stuff it, so I was sticking to a flat surface, and then I glued the rest of my pillow shut. It was the perfect width for this little bench, and I'm really excited for her students to use that either as a backrest on that old heater, the heat doesn't come out of there anymore, or to use it on the carpet right there. The other thing that I wanted to do was label these bins for her so that folks know what is inside. So I just took some Dollar Tree chalkboard labels. I used red, blue, and yellow vinyl to create the word cushions in a fun font, and then I just tied them onto the baskets so they are labeled. The nice thing is about these is I used removable vinyl so she can pop it off if she's got something else that she wants to put in there and update the labels. I love that the labels are all the same font and they're in coordinating colors with the theme of her room. It just ties everything together. And so I wanted to take the wall above that bench one step further and create a removable decal. And so I created something similar to this for my teacher gifts video I recently did. And it's in a Danielian font. It talks about how I love you, you matter, you belong here, you can do anything. And even though kindergartners can't read, I really like the sentiment behind it, and so did my mom. So I decided to cut this out and put it on the wall. I really like the removable vinyl, especially for teachers, because it's like you're a renter, you're in a space that's not your own. You obviously can't go sticking permanent things everywhere at school, but the removable vinyl does a really great job at adding personality to your classroom or little sayings like this without having to worry about hurting the wall. So it's going to stick enough that it's on there, but you're going to be able to peel it off either at the end of the year when you move rooms or anything like that, which is really nice. I absolutely love this little nook, and once she gets all the things on her bookshelf, this is really a command center for her kids, and I really like the sentiment of everything over there. And also, you guys know I'm OCD about fonts, so I love that the pillow matches the wall. There was one other area in the carpet section of the room that I wanted to make a project for, and it was this pillow. So she's got a rocking chair that she typically sits in when she's either reading books or they're doing carpet time. And so I thought it would be fun, especially because in kindergarten you learn your letters, to create an alphabet pillow that could be both comfort for the chair as well as a teaching tool if needed to point to different letters. So I used some blue infusible ink, and you cut it out just like you're cutting out iron-on, where you mirror it and cut it on your mat, but then you use a heat press at 400 degrees to get the permanent ink to seep into the fibers of the pillow. I've shared a lot of projects with this on my channel, and I really think that the infusible ink can be more intimidating than it actually is. And so once everything is weeded out, I just went through with some heat resistant tape and stuck everything down so it wasn't going to move while I was pressing it. Then I pressed everything, each section of it, for 60 seconds, and you are supposed to use the butcher paper that comes with the container of infusible ink. I always do that. I don't know why I did it without this here. I think I was just on a roll, just trying to get stuff done. It worked, but in the future, I will definitely be using the butcher paper. After it's done, everything's in there. It is dry to the touch. It is permanent. And then I just stuffed it with some polyfill. These Cricut blanks are awesome because they fit an 18 by 18 pillow. So if you're thinking about recovering a pillow you already have, it will fit right in the cover, but you can also stuff it with polyfill like I did. This project was a last minute addition, and I'm so glad that I ended up doing it. So my mom got this new desk. Her previous desk, which was beautifully painted primary colors, had gotten old and she just needed a new one. But this one is MDF board and the back is not cute. So to make it over, I painted that top strip of the back of her desk white with some chalk paint to neutralize that. And then I used some scrap plywood that we had left over from our nightstands we just did, and I painted all of the edges of that with 2 coats of this Rust-Oleum chalk paint, which is the same color I used on the little strip. Then I grabbed a rainbow of removable vinyl, and I cut out a really cute SVG file that is free from Kaluuya Designs. If you watch my teacher gift video, it'll look familiar. It is a crayon split, and you'll see it in just a second, but I love the SVG because it is so easy. You upload it into Design Space, you put the size that you want, and it will tell you what color of mat to load, which is super helpful. So I cut out all the crayons as well as her name and the little accents of the crayons in black, and I was able to cut that large one on my Maker 3 without the mat, but you could slice it and cut it in a bunch of pieces if you do not have that. So like I said, all of these you can adapt to the machine that you have. Then it was time to add some transfer tape and get everything applied. The key here is just to make sure that everything is centered in the right spot. So I measured the edges, made sure I was center, made sure that my lines were straight. and then I applied all of my different pieces of my crayons and then my little black pieces to the top and the bottom of the crayons. This took a little bit of time, but honestly I think in total it maybe took me a half an hour to do the whole desk, and it made such a huge difference. After everything was applied, I just slid my piece of plywood, which was pre-cut to the size that I needed, and then I just used a nail gun to hook it to the opening where those little pieces of the MDF panel was on the back. It was a pretty easy process. I put 5 nails on either side. That thing is not going anywhere, and it just made a huge difference to her desk. So as a reminder, here's the before, and here is the after with the cute little crayons. I love this. I'm so glad it got added to the docket of projects last minute, because this is going to be a focal point in her room. Now, most teachers have some sort of filing cabinet, filing system, and my mom is no different. This is actually for things like whiteout, band-aids, post-its, push pins, and I actually remember years ago helping my mom decorate this, and I want to give it a makeover. She also had these 2 containers for days of the week so she can file papers, and I wanted to give that a refresh as well. This was as simple as typing out the different little labels that she wanted and deciding what colors I wanted them to be. Then I cut them out and weeded them, and it was nice to do them together because it made it a lot more efficient to cut out similar colors. Once it was done, it was as easy as just applying some transfer tape and removing the old labels and sticking on the new ones. And it was nice because all the fonts matched, the colors coordinated, and the rainbow days of the week is just super fun. It's also nice if you have a sub for them to find things, so I'm really happy with how those turned out. So I'm in the middle of working, my mom's here to bring me lunch, so I wanted to get her reaction when she saw some of the stuff, because she'll see a few things before the final reveal.
Oh, that looks so cool, man.
Do you like it?
That is so nice. They all match. They're awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Super cute. I love that. That looks so much nicer too. That's awesome, Whit.
You wouldn't know, it's an MDF like board desk behind there. Front's nice and sturdy.
Awesome. Thank you.
After her little lunch visit, I was super happy I was on the right track, and so I moved outside to this bulletin board. Now, if you guys remember from my Maker 3 video, I reviewed Cricut's new Smart Sticky Card Stack, which I absolutely love. I created this little pennant banner by cutting out on craft paper the back pieces, and then I cut out the colored ones to just stick right on there on the sticky card stack. I also did the letters to say welcome to kindergarten in that sticky card stack, so it's just like stickers. You can just stick it on, and Cricut has a ton of pre-made templates, so I created this myself from a pre-made template. You can just use their pre-made template, you can update the letters, and so once I made this, I knew it had to come for the makeover. So for this bulletin board, my mom typically puts stuff up about the kids, and it kind of comes together the first couple weeks of school. So we've got a ton of open space here where they can put whatever they need, but then they've got the fun welcome to kindergarten banner. It's nice and bright, especially for kids coming into kindergarten. It's their first time, if they haven't been to preschool in this building, to this building and coming to school. And so it's nice that she's got the space to showcase all this stuff. So simple banner that she can use at any time, reuse every year, and the sticky card stack makes it super easy because you're able to just stick it all together. So stick the letter, the banner, the back offset, and you've got a cute banner. You could also customize these for different seasons. So if you wanted to do a holiday one or a end of year or really whatever you want, you can change up the colors, change up what it says, and that sticky cardstock is huge because then you don't have to worry about what adhesive you have to use. This next project is something that I saw on Pinterest when I was looking for ideas, and when I brought it up to my mom, she was like, yes, I would definitely use something like this. So they are little removable stickers you can put on the floor so that each kid knows where to line up. I wanted to also make sure that they were color coordinated because in kindergarten, especially when they start, they can't read, they don't know all their numbers, they know some, but I wanted to make it easy, especially for the start of the school year. So I cut out all the numbers on permanent vinyl and all of the circles on removable vinyl, and I placed the permanent vinyl by hand just to make it easy onto the stickers. Now I would have loved to apply these to the floor for my mom, but due to the construction that's going on, they are still in need of cleaning some of the areas of the floor. So instead of having these all be ruined, I just stuck them all down for her. So all she has to do is peel off the circle and stick them down when it is time for school to start. The nice thing is too, if kids aren't sure of their numbers, they know I'm the first red circle or I'm the first green circle, and they'll look cute on the floor in a rainbow pattern. Another thing on my mom's list that she wanted was a magnetic lunch count. So she wanted the kids, again, via pictures, to be able to go up and say, I'm having hot lunch today, or I brought a sack lunch or cold lunch. So I found these clip art pictures just off of Google Image, and I went through and cut out any pieces that needed to get erased, and then I added them both as cut images. Now I wanted to create an offset, which is a new feature for Cricut, and that's basically adding a border around the outside. You can either do it numerically or slide the little dial until you get to where you want, and it's going to add a whole nother layer as an outline. And that outline is going to be cut out on a magnet so that it will stick to her expo board in the front. This is actually an awesome trick that I saw on TikTok, so I will link the original creator down below. I think it is genius to create these little magnets and cutouts with your Cricut, and I didn't even need a special blade for this. This is just the regular blade that's either in your Explorer or your Maker machine. I cut out all the vinyl just like I would, and then for the magnetic sheets, I found these on Amazon, and actually I probably should have bought a sheet that wasn't adhesive. I didn't really think about it, but I ended up just making it work because I needed to get it done for her. And so what I did is I flipped over the sheets and I just ended up sticking, depending on what I was going for. Some of them I stuck directly on the adhesive. The other ones I stuck on the backing that could have been peeled off. So here I just put the magnet down when I cut it, and then it just had a white background instead of the magnet, and I think it makes the colors pop anyway. Then I applied them to her dry erase board in the front, and then the kids can go up, and if they don't know their full name yet, they can also know, okay, my name is in green, as they're learning everything in the first couple days of school. So sticking with the color coordination, I did blue for cold lunch and red for hot lunch, so it can just really make it an easy transition for kids coming to school for the first time. And my last set of projects was just a cute little gift for my mom. I grabbed a Cricut blank bag that I could put some infusible ink on, as well as a Zach tumbler. So for the tote bag, I cut out on black infusible ink this really cute file I got from Etsy. I will link it down below. I joke with my mom all the time about her teacher voice, and so this says, don't make me use my teacher voice. I cut out the exact same, so it was a matching set on some permanent white vinyl, and applied it to a Zach cup, which I got from Target for under 10 bucks. She got one a couple years ago from a parent, and the vinyl's falling off because she uses it so much, so I thought she would really make good use out of this set. I combined it with the items that I recently made in a teacher gift video. These are all Dollar Tree DIYs, so if you missed that, I will link it down below. I sprinkled these all over the room so that it was decorated and ready for the reveal. The other huge surprise is that Cricut sent me a brand new machine and a ton of goodies for her to have in her classroom so she can make some more projects throughout the year. I'm so excited because she has no idea that's happening. Okay, come on in. First up, this wall.
Oh, cute! Oh, I wish Ben was in my room. How cute is that? Very cute.
Is that what you wanted with hot lunch, cold lunch?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when we get your roster, we can put everybody's name on there?
Yeah, then they'll move their names up to whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
So I love the pictures on there. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so nice. It doesn't feel like it's raised. Kids won't try to pick
No, it's not. It's the infusible ink where it's like in the fibers of the pillow.
That's neat.
So yeah, so if you even like lay on it, you won't feel it. It's just permanent ink, so it's in there.
That's great.
Yeah, and I did blue so it's easy to see.
I love the saying on the wall. I love that. And I love the pillow. It's so cute. And the little signs down there. That's awesome, honey. It looks so cute.
So I have a surprise for you.
Surprise.
Do you see your desk?
Is that mine?
Cricut sent you a brand new machine,
Oh,
all the
wow.
vinyl, so you can, I'll teach you how to use it, and you can make your own labels and decals and stuff for your kids.
Thank you. That's awesome. I'm excited. That's really nice. And a heat press?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, I can make kids t-shirts.
yeah.
Oh, fun. Very neat. This is awesome. Thank you.
Got all your
Very
cutting
nice.
tools.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love all this back here too. Oh.
It matches your new bag.
I know that's so. Oh yes, cute. This is a little sign to hang up. Things that you made on your other videos. I love all of that. So cute. I love it. I like all that back there too. It's awesome.
So what do you think?
I love it all. Thank you. It's awesome.
So as a refresher, here's what the room looked like when we started. And here is the after. If you know a teacher that would enjoy this video, be sure to hit share down below and send that link over to them so they can check it out. And also, if this is your first time visiting my channel, be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a future Whiskey and Whit video. So I would say that was a successful makeover. Like I said, we'll be back in a few weeks to help her get everything else set up before school starts. And you have air conditioning working now, which is huge. So thank you, Mom, for all you do for the kids and for all you do for Finn. And thank you to Cricut for sponsoring today's video. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.